And this crucial contest in Barclays WSL 2 is underway. Both sides will be looking to start on the front foot. Palace will be the fresher of the two teams, having had the international break and then coming straight into this weekend. Forest, of course, played on Wednesday night, that rearranged match against Sunderland after the postponement earlier on in the campaign. And it's that time of year where heavy legs can start to be felt a little bit. Squads start to become a little stretched. Stapleton cleared the ball away, no chances taken by her. Larkin does enough to win the corner. Palace with a first chance from a set piece. And what can they do from this delivery? Weirden sends it into the penalty area. It's bouncing around and then hit goalwards, but off target by Molly Sharp. Not bad technique on the volley, but needed to keep her body over it a little bit better to keep it down. Of course, Crystal Palace's attacking threat this season has all been about Abby Larkin and Ashley Weirden, and the way that those two have linked up. Larkin with 8 goals is joint top scorer in the division. But Weirden has been the creative heartbeat of the side. She leads the league with 7 assists and is averaging 2.76 chances created per 90 minutes. They've really been the difference makers for Palace in this campaign. And here is Weirden. Does well to win the foul. Kerris Brown was beaten here and forced into desperate action in pulling her opponent down. She avoids the yellow card, though. Another opportunity in these early stages for Crystal Palace from a set piece. Blanchard will take this time. It's underneath the bar and Sharp was there. She just couldn't direct an effort goalwards. And Forest scramble it clear. There's another dangerous delivery into the middle of the 6-yard box. It was well defended in the end. Amiwa putting enough pressure on Sharp. And here's Amiwa in possession at the other end. Amy Everett will will take her time in playing the ball out from the back. Alison Swaby. Brorum. Stapleton. Kiernan. Lost possession and then committed the foul. Just a lapse in concentration by Leanne Kiernan. Made the move to Nottingham Forest on loan from Liverpool in January, the Republic of Ireland international. Said it was a move that was very much needed due to her lack of match action at Liverpool this season. Swaby. The ball forward just had too much on it. Could be an opening here as it's worked central. Carto. Napier just about manages to keep it in play. Larkin dropping deep. Picato. Sharp with the pass inside. Howard trying to create some space, and then Ladd hits the shot. It's blocked, and then an effort from Blanchard forces Batty into a good stop. Battling away, and Hayley Ladd's shot initially blocked, and then Annabelle Blanchard with a great effort, but Batty equal to it. Signed a new deal with Nottingham Forest at the start of the month, Emily Batty, to extend her stay. Dinked into the box, and the header is in! And Crystal Palace make their early pressure pay, and they make the breakthrough. It's Amy Everett with the header from inside the 6-yard box. Nothing Emily Batty could do about that one. You have to say, it has been coming. They've created all the pressure in the early stages, and it was a simple header for Amy Everett. That's her first goal since November 2023. You can see what it means to her. Delighted to be on the score sheet. It's just the start the hosts were hoping for. They took a fairly early lead in their reverse meeting at the City Ground back in September. Crystal Palace 2-1 winners on that occasion. And actually the 2-1 scoreline looks closer than the game actually was, because Boya Lorca scored a goal with almost the last kick of the game. But Nottingham Forest struggling to get a foothold in the opening 10 minutes, and they find themselves a goal behind. Everett with the pass. Bearden trying to get the better of Brown, but Brown does well this time. Swaby. Nice football, but eventually there's a wayward pass. Broham. Murphy. Kiernan lays it off and then goes for the return pass, but there's too much on the ball over the top. Well, she'll be delighted with the way her team has started this game, Joe Potter. Appointed last summer after a 2-year spell in charge of Rangers and a stint as assistant at Birmingham City. She's overseen an impressive 67% win rate during her time with the Eagles so far, Joe Potter. Kiernan. Looking to make something happen for Forest. It's an awkward ball inside. Murphy just about managed to deal with it. Here's Mustaki. Heb with the ball down the line. Mustaki digs out the cross and it's blocked, and Nottingham Forest are going to have their first corner of the afternoon. Yanez barking orders to her defenders, trying to get them organised. It's a high corner that will go beyond everyone. It is a blustery afternoon here inside the VBS Community Stadium. We'll make those high balls into the box a little bit more difficult to defend against. Murphy. Boyalorca. So often the creative spot for Nottingham Forest. Chantal Boyalorca. She is on a bit of a barren spell, 5 games without a goal. Helped London City Lionesses to achieve their dream of promotion last season by reaching double figures in front of goal. Chantal Boyalorca. As Kiernan is fouled. Just caught by Everett. Broram sends it high into the area, and Yanez comes out and makes a very decent claim. Watched it all the way, the Palace goalkeeper. And showed good handling. It's not a great kick out, though. May were unable to hold it up. Swaby under a little bit of pressure. Gets the ball away. Napier aims it forwards. Howard unable to hold it up, and well, after the opening stages where all the early initiative was with Crystal Palace and they got that opening goal, and Nottingham Forest are just feeling their way into this match and enjoying some decent spells of possession. But here are Palace with Sharp. Swaby to the goal scorer Everett. And now Jamie Lee Napier. Lovely footwork. Blanchard. Vierden. Twisting and turning and trying to create some room to get the cross in. Vierden. Oh, the ball in too close to the goalkeeper, Emily Batty, who grabs it out of the sky. Well, she's been Palace's creative spark this season, and Forest are struggling to keep her quiet. Ashley Vierden in the opening 18 minutes. Ball forward, just cut out. Important interception by Mustaki. Heart in the mouth moment there, possibly for the goal scorer, but wasn't enough on her flick back to cause Yanez any issues. It's been a big signing for Crystal Palace over the last few years. Amy Everett, now in her 5th year at the club. The captain made the move from Leicester. Here's Vierden. Inside to Blanchard. Vierden again. Blanchard. Her shot is blocked. And it came out to Mikato. She was crowded out. Vierden again, causing the issues. Couple of desperate challenges in there. Blanchard's shot was blocked, and Forest getting enough bodies around the edge of their area. Forest trying to play their way out from the goal kick, and in the end end up conceding a throw high up the field. Shot with the throw. She gets it back. Howard. Napier. Vierden. The Netherlands international. Blanchard with the run. Just couldn't bring it under control. Again, Palace looking dangerous down their left-hand side. Lads through ball just had a little bit too much on it for Blanchard to bring it into her stride. And there is Carly Davis. I'm sure she'll be a bit concerned with what she's seen from her side in the opening 21 minutes. Under contract until June 2027 at Nottingham Forest. Swaby. Sharp. They are on a run of 3 games without a victory. Nottingham Forest had suffered back-to-back defeats before the draw with Sunderland in midweek. But it's a tough run of fixtures for them. They played Charlton and Birmingham. Lost to those 2 and then that rearranged draw, but without that rearranged fixture, they'd be playing the top 3. Difficult chance with the header. Amiwa. It's good defending by Swaby, just leaned on her opponent. Napier. Vierden. Howards able to turn. Kiernan battling away. Sharp. Back to Swaby. Blanchard loses out to Murphy. Murphy under pressure. In the end, she loses possession, and here's Larkin looking to get some space for the shot, and she did get the shot away. It took a deflection, and Batty's done well to prevent the corner. Only one thing on her mind here, Abby Larkin, to create some room for a shot, but it was blocked by Chloe Mustaki. Swaby. Long ball. Miscontrolled by Brown. And here's Blanchard charging forward. Rolls it inside to Howard. Again, Palace causing problems, this time on the break. And Kirsty Howard unable to pick out the top corner. Six goals for her this season. Some signing from Rangers, convinced to join her former manager here in South London. Worked with Joe Potter at the Scottish Champions. Hayley Latt. Head trying to get herself out of trouble. Mustaki's lost it. Here's Sharp. Forrester just struggling to have any real positive attacking possession at the moment. They're showing plenty of endeavour, but maybe they can create something here. Again, the ball forward is cut out. Mikato back to Yanez. It's not the greatest clearance. Here's Boyalorka, who hasn't really been in the game as yet. Brorum. Mustaki. It's hit long. Kiernan did get the header. And it's an effort that was placed towards the bottom corner by Murphy. Yanez forced to make the save. And that's better for Nottingham Forest. Just open up for Alana Murphy. Yanez, you would have expected to make the save, and she did. Bearden hits it down the line. Stapleton's throw. Boyalorka initially with some good footwork, but then she loses out in the challenge, and Napier was fouled by Joy Amewa. Sharp. Nicely worked back into the path of Molly Sharp. It's good defending by Chloe Mustaki. Stuck to her task well. Sharp's throw towards Blanchard. Heb clears it forward. Maywer keeps hold of possession for Forest, and Boyalorka manages to find the pass inside. It's possession lost by Rachel Rowe. Everett. Napier. Swaby. They just look a lot more comfortable with the ball in these sorts of areas, Crystal Palace, than Nottingham Forest. And part of that is down to the pressure and high press that Crystal Palace are trying to use, not allowing their opponents to have any time on the ball in and around the edge of their own penalty area. Boyalorka indicating to her teammate she'd like the ball over the top a little bit quicker. Rowe. Here's Stapleton. Roaring. Jesse Stapleton again. Sends it into that channel down the far side. Kiernan unable to stop the ball from trickling out of play. Mistaki. Too much on the ball over the top. It was an awkward one for Yanez, but she watched the bounce well. Blanchard. Good defending by Murphy. Hayley Ladd with a firm but fair challenge. Kiernan. Just too much on the through ball for Amewa to get onto, and she just caught Yanez. I think that was a challenge more out of frustration than anything else. Heb's through ball. She didn't really need to make contact with the goalkeeper. Verdon. Cross is cut out by Broran, but she gets it back. Still Verdon, off the bar. Brilliant play again by Ashley Verdon. Saw her initial cross cut out, but this was excellent play to win it back, and the strike just grazing the frame of the goal on its way behind. Can understand why she won the Player of the Month award for February. So this sort of form she's shown this afternoon that she was in all last month. Amewa. Opening for a shot. It is a block behind from Rachel Rowe. Cam Forrest put in a quality delivery from this corner. Stacky there for a short one, but Rowe chips it in. Dealt with at the near post, and Palace scramble it clear. Mustaki. Head trying to keep the ball alive. It's cleared away by Swaby. This is a better spell for Nottingham Forest. They're pushing forward. The delivery towards Kiernan. Napier's there. She does well, Napier just draws the challenge and it goes out for a Palace throw. Forest throw this time. And the referee spotted something, I think might be a handball she's given. Forest have a free kick. It's for the foul. The arms were around the waist of Boyalorca. We're having to defend diligently at the moment. Crystal Palace to hold on to their lead. The free kick taken too quickly for Francesca Catchpole's liking. This time the delivery is allowed and it's somehow cleared off the line. Huge chance for Nottingham Forest to level. And it's kept out. What an opportunity. I think it was Jessie Stapleton. And back on the line. Might have been Hayley Ladd who cleared it away. We'll have another look at it shortly, but Brown here with a good run. Brown's cross. Kiernan challenging. Boyalorca fires it high over the bar. Oh, this is the chance that brought the clearance off the line. It was Stapleton, and it's Jamie Lee Napier who is there to clear it off the line. Stapleton just couldn't quite get the power on it, and it allowed the clearance to come off the line, and then Boyalorca with the effort from the edge of the area. That was a long way off target. But positives for Forest. Who have their tails up at the moment. And here they come again. Rowe wins the throw. Stapleton's throw. Should be gathered by Yanez, and she'll take her time in picking this up, because Palace have been under the cosh a little for the last couple of minutes. Yanez with another poor kick. That's been a theme of this afternoon from the goalkeeper. Mustaki's throw. This will be another Forest throw. 5 minutes away from half-time. Can they find a equaliser? It'll be another Forest throw as they've worked it down the line. It's a nice turn by Head. He's drilled across. Boyalorca just couldn't quite get the ball into a shooting position. Mustaki, Kiernan challenging, but Yanez with a safe claim out of the sky. This was a dangerous cross in. Defended well by Amy Everett. And this was sound goalkeeping from Yanez. And the goalkeeper just feeling something. I think the goalkeeper will avoid needing some treatment. You see it so often in the game now, just when teams are under pressure, the goalkeepers go down, needing some treatment. On this occasion, Yanez okay to continue without the physio coming onto the field. Swaby clears it away. Larkin finds the runner, Vierden. Blanchard wasn't too far over the bar. Again, it's that link-up play between Abby Larkin and Ashley Vierden, and Blanchard was in a little bit of space. She may feel she should have done better with that strike. Good turn by Everett, but she almost gave possession away to Boyalorca. Napier helped her out and won the foul. Napier's ball up down the line, and Vierden battling with Brown. Here's Blanchard. It's a low one that Batty comfortably deals with. It was a rip-roaring start by Crystal Palace, but you have to say Nottingham Forest have fought their way back in this game. Amewa, can she get the shot away? Still she goes, Joy Amewa. Yanez equal to the effort. Bulldozed her way into a shooting position. Shot saved well by Yanez. She would have been offside, so she's just left it, and the ball's back at the feet of Yanez. It's been a very competitive first half. Amy Everett's goal, the difference between the two sides, but Forest have had their opportunities. Particularly that clearance off the line from Napier. after Stapleton prodded it goalwards. Minimum of 2 minutes to be played at the end of the 45. Can Forest find a leveller before the break? Kiernan. Boyalorca. Hits it into the box. It's played by Yanez. Sharp gets onto the ball over the top. Important interception by Rachel Rowe. Boyalorca dispossessed, but it's picked up by a teammate and Murphy. Now Boyalorca. And May was giving chase, but Everett is there first, and then Yanez just sends it long. The offside flag is up. Now it's been a frantic first half. Neither side has really had time to breathe. Well, could be a final chance of the half for Palace when this has hit long. Flicked on by Verdon. There's the half-time whistle. Amy Everett with her first goal since November 2023. It's the difference maker at the break, heading home after a good early start to this game from Crystal Palace, but Forest battled their way back into it. Jessie Stapleton saw her effort cleared off the line by Jamie Lee Napier. It's been competitive, both sides desperate for the points. Half-time here at the VBS Community Stadium. It's Crystal Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 0. But for Palace, the dream of getting back to the top flight at the first attempt is very much alive. It means this is a big 45 minutes. And we are back underway at the VBS Community Stadium. No changes made by either manager during the half-time interval. Forest ended the first half strongly and looking to pick up where they left off, and they'll have the opportunity to throw the ball into the box if they choose to do so from this position. Instead it's towards Amewa. Palace able to clear. Amewa will chase. Swaby is there. Free kick Forest. But Boyalorca looks to be in some pain. It looked innocuous the way that she went down, Chantal Boyalorca. Forest will be hoping that she's okay to continue. I wonder if it's just a twist of the ankle. See if we can spot what happens here. I wonder if she's just been trod on. See that? I think it's someone stood on her foot, but she's okay with it. Look at things. I think she's going to be able to continue in just a moment, but Forest will be without her for this free kick. It's headed away by Napier, and they were battling. Everett sends it clear. Mustaki. Murphy loses possession in a dangerous position. Forest able to recover. And boy, a look at wanting to come back on. Finally, she's able to rejoin the action. Well, the crowd doing their best to gee up the home players. Rowe. Mustaki with the throw. Bearden coming back to try and retain possession for Palace, but Forest have it. And here's Kerris Brown. Murphy. Brown again. Well worked into Kiernan. Kiernan just was behind Amewa. Palace clear it away. Boyalorca making sure that she wins the throw. Smart initial build-up play, but the ball was just fired into Joy Amewa. It was a little bit too hot for her to bring under control. It's been a good start to this second half by the visitors, though. Stapleton. Kiernan initially brought it under control, then after a heavy touch, allowed Blanchard to make the challenge, and then she commits the foul, Leanne Kiernan. Swaby. Larkin with a nice turn. Brilliant run by Abby Larkin. Being held up by Mustaki. It's good defending by Mustaki. She recovered. And Boyalorca is able to nick it away from Mikato. Swaby comes across and makes the challenge, then goes down wanting a foul, nothing given, and Boyalorca sends it into the box, cleared away by Napier. And Everett there to send it long. Just open at the minute as Sharp can take it forward for Palace. Blanchard screaming in space in the centre of the field. It goes to Larkin. And her cross is too close to Emily Batty. Had options in the box. Just wasn't a good cross. Maywe battling with Swaby. Played it out off of Joya Maywe. It's been an intriguing battle. Joya Maywe up against Amy Everett and Alison Swaby. And Jo Potter will just be a little bit concerned, despite her team having the lead. Did make it clear in her pre-match programme notes, Jo Potter, that nothing has been earned yet by her team. They've still got plenty to do to make sure that they achieve their aim of winning promotion. Palace free kick, which will just relieve the pressure. It's just a clumsy challenge by Murphy. Stapleton with an important header away. Kiernan just about able to keep it in play. Touch towards Maywe, but Brown's through ball had a little bit too much on it, and Yanez gathers. Swaby. Just about reached its target of Mikato. Here come Forest again. Getting the ball forward a lot quicker than they were earlier in the game, Nottingham Forest. Playing more direct. I wonder if that was the message from Carly Davis at half-time. Mikato clears it away. Swaby's header, Boyalorca unable to bring it under control. Mikato just plays it away. It's a Forest throw. Are in good form here in front of their own fans, Crystal Palace. Trying to make it 4 victories in a row in WSL 2 at the VBS Community Stadium. Everett heads it forward. Maywe. Now Kiernan. Brown with some space. Can she provide a quality cross? It's cleared away by Yanez, and then she had some help from her defenders. And now, space for Palace to break as they drive forward with Bearden. Bearden into the box. Cleared away by Broram. Picked up by Howard. Hayden just about manages to keep it in play. And again, it's Brougham who's there to clear for Forest. And now at the other end, here's Amewa trying to take on Everett. And in the end, Palace have enough bodies back to clear. Well, this was the delivery in from Brown. It was a good ball in, and Yanez, the goalkeeper, made a decision to go for it. Just about got enough on it, and then she was helped out by Hayley Ladd, who was there to clear. She has made an impact, Keris Brown, since making the January move on loan from London City Lionesses. Former Chelsea youth player, Boy Lorca. Kiernan just couldn't generate enough power on the effort. It's a good ball into the box from Mustaki. Kiernan got the wrong side of Amy Everett. Still anyone's game this as we approach the hour mark. But Palace have that 1-goal advantage. Given to them by Amy Everett in the 9th minute. Sharp. Everett. Sharp inside. Larkin was fouled. Just dived in from the wrong side, Chloe Mustaki. Well, we know all about Ashley Verdon's delivery from set pieces. She goes for goal, and it wasn't too far wide. Where is it? Ambitious attempt from a long way out. Just tried to pick out the top corner. Wasn't a bad effort. Palace are going to make their first change of the afternoon. And it's going to be Howard who is withdrawn, and Elise Hughes comes on to replace her. And what an impact she's made off the bench in recent games. Has come on as sub to score in her last 2. Palace will be hoping she can make a similar sort of impact this afternoon. A painful one for Keris Brown. Firm but fair challenge. Brown touches it forward. Shouts for handball against Mikato, but nothing given. Larkin finds the feet of Sharp. Swaby. Aimless pass. Possession given straight to Brown, but then she has it taken away from her, and here is Verdon. In towards Hughes. Blanchard shot, made four for Verdon. And Blanchard was caught as her shot was blocked, and the referee stopped play. And Verdon with the cross in, and just bounced up onto the face of Annabelle Blanchard from the block. It was travelling with some power, and it was from close range, so a painful one. I'm sure she'll be okay. And actually, this stoppage may aid Crystal Palace, because Nottingham Forest have had the momentum. Let's just take a look at the scores elsewhere for you while we have this stoppage in play. And Charlton still leading Sunderland by a 1-0. Portsmouth 1, Bristol City 1 is the latest score. And Southampton and Birmingham City is still goalless. Earlier today, Ipswich Town beating Durham by 2-1. An important win for Ipswich towards the bottom of the table. So tight at both ends of the WSL 2 table, apart from Charlton, who had that 10-point advantage at the top as things stand. If you take them out of the equation, there's a real battle for promotion and a real battle to stay up and avoid the drop. Blanchard back up to her feet. He will make sure that they check her properly for concussion, and I'm sure we'll see her reintroduced very shortly. Back underway. Stapleton. Maywell with a good turn, and she felt she was being held back before Everett came across to clear. Yellow card to, I think, one of the substitutes who was walking down the line without a bib on. It's actually been given the yellow card to Annabelle Blanchard, who I think came back onto the field without the referee's permission. That has been confirmed, that Annabelle Blanchard has been shown a yellow card for entering the field of play before she was waved back on after receiving treatment for an injury. Ladd plays it forward. Hughes unable to find a teammate. It's well done by Murphy. Broram. Mustaki. Oh, it's been a bit stop-start the past 10 minutes. It's just taken the early impetus that Nottingham Forest had in the second half out of the game. It's a handball. Stapleton. Boyd Lorca. Flag is up for offside. Well, before this game, Nottingham Forest were quite a way ahead of everyone in Barclays WSL 2 in terms of highest total of completed passes in the league. There are times where you just feel that they often take that extra pass too many instead of being a bit more direct. Palace ahead in this game, but with the signing of Amewa, you just feel that she's the sort of striker who wouldn't mind the ball playing a little bit earlier over the top. Stapleton has to come across and make a firm challenge. Hughes has stayed down. Palace play on. And she looks in some pain. Eberhead also down on the ground. She's back to her feet. It was a fierce challenge by Jessie Stapleton, but it was one she needed to make, or at least Hughes would have been through. This was the tackle on Head. Another firm but fair challenge, and Hughes is okay. Well, she was back up to her feet, so I don't know whether she'll be able to continue. Back to the ground at the moment. Here's Hayley Ladd. Oh, walking very gingerly, Elise Hughes, and she's going to need some treatment, and the substitute could end up being substituted here. Painful one down the side of the shin. Well, this is the tackle. Hughes going for the ball, so was Stapleton. It was a hard challenge, but Stapleton took the ball, caught Hughes afterwards. I don't think there's any suggestion of foul play, but Hughes has been hurt nevertheless. Portsmouth have gone in front against Bristol City. They lead by 2-1. Big goal at the bottom of the table, that. And Nottingham Forest are about to make a couple of changes. Deanne Rose and Amy Claypole will be introduced momentarily. Amy Claypool, who came off the bench to score the equaliser in midweek. She's going to try and run it off with the looks of it. Elise Hughes. And Forest will wait until the next break in play, until those substitutions come on. Well, already we've had a fair few stoppages in this second half, so there's going to be a big chunk of stoppage time at the end of the 90. Boya Lorca lifts it forward. Cleared away by Everett. Chloe Mustaki making sure that the referee is taking note of any time wasting from Crystal Palace. Forest are going to make those changes. So, Leanne Kernan sees her afternoon come to an early end, and Deanne Rose Rachel Rowe also withdrawn, and Amy Claypool on to replace her. Only recently back from injury, Amy Claypool. Having missed all of February. She certainly has an eye for a goal. 4 goals in her last 6 appearances, Amy Claypool, and boy, could Forest do with her coming up with something this afternoon. Boya Lorca's header. Sharp does well to bring it under control, but then she's given possession away to Rose. Everett. Swaby plays it down the line, but straight out of play. You can see there's some frustration from Joe Potter, and there's plenty of encouragement coming from Carly Davis. Both managers out at the edge of their technical areas, barking orders. No chances taken by Swaby, who just puts it out. Stapleton. Mayweather holds it up, and the shot not too far wide. The effort was a good one from the edge of the box, as it was taken on by Boya Lorca. Yanez got a touch on it just to turn it off target. Forest pushing for an equaliser. Corner's headed away at the front post. It's a lovely turn, and the cross was a dangerous one. Sharp will clear it. Mustaki. She's done well to bring it under control of Mayweather. Rose's delivery. Just wouldn't quite fall for head. He will come again though, Nottingham Forest. Murphy. Here's Brown. Rowe. It's a lovely ball. Boy, look, is there. And she commits the foul on Swaby. It was really good from Rachel Rowe to dig out the cross. And there was a push. Have to correct myself about an earlier substitution for Forest. Rachel Rowe obviously still on the pitch. It was Julia Mayweather who was replaced by Deanne Rose. Amy Claypole coming on for Kiernan. Yanez sends it long. Everett. Swaby. Well, Palace have offered little to no threat in the last 15 minutes or so, but maybe they can create something here with Bearden. And Stapleton came across and she cleared it out. Off of Keris Brown into Palace corner. And a goal at this stage for Crystal Palace could be crucial. Would be a real sucker punch to Nottingham Forest. Delivery is headed clear. Here's Bearden. Good defending by Rose, who goes down wanting a foul. It's not going to be given, and then Bearden tries something special from a long way out and got it all wrong. Just did enough to defend the corner, Forest. Rose felt she was fouled. Everett can't keep it in play. Stapleton. Time ebbing away for Nottingham Forest. Stapleton. Rose back pass is awkward for Stapleton, but she does well to mop things up. Here's Bearden. trying to turn. Gets the better of Rowe. Veerden. Stapleton blocks the cross. It's another Palace corner. Really good play by Veerden. Such an outlet, such a spark for this Palace side. Two goals in and 3 assists in her last 4 matches just shows you the sort of impact she's had recently. Blanchard with the corner. Gets it back from the short one. It's over the head of Hughes. Cleared away by Broram. Sent forward by Mikato, and she almost caught Batty off guard. Well watched by the goalkeeper. Could have been an embarrassing moment for her there. Here's Boyalorca. Into the free kick. Oh, there's no way that Mikato intended this to be a shot. But Emily Batty had to watch it all the way. Boyalorca. Cross is a loose one that goes behind for a goal kick. Another change for Crystal Palace. It's going to be made momentarily. Can tell you that Birmingham City have taken the lead at Southampton. So Palace getting the win here becomes even more important. It's Lola Brown that's being ready to come on. And here's Veerden. Brilliant footwork. In the end, just ran out of room. Boyalorca with her back to goal does well to draw the foul. Lola Brown coming on to replace Annabelle Blanchard. Well, she'll have a part to play in this because there's going to be a big chunk of added time. Brown will hope to help her side get over the line and secure 3 huge points here. It's not quite been an onslaught from Nottingham Forest, but they certainly look the more likely in the second half. The possession's given away cheaply. Here's Hughes. Forest just about recover. Boyalorca is able to send it clear. Here's Rose. Swaby's there. Brown. Nicely done by the substitute. Straight into the thick of the action. Mikato. It's a good run. The cross is closed down. Larkin happy to see it run out for a throw. It just wouldn't quite fall for Palace to make Nottingham Forest pay from that loose bit of passing. This is a good run from Larkin. She runs out of space. This is the loose pass straight to Verdon, and she did pick out the feet of Elise Hughes, but it was good recovery play by Forest. Rose. All eyes on the fourth officials board in just a moment. Brougham. Stacky just about kept it in play. Head. Stacky's throw. Aimed towards the path of Rose, headed away by Swaby. Batty. Well, Forest need to get it forward. Here's Stapleton. Possession picked up, and here is Verdon. Inside to Lola Brown. Shot is closed down by Rachel Rowe. 8 minutes to be played at the end of the 90. We knew it would be a big number because of the amount of stoppages in this second half. There is still plenty of time for Forest to get an equaliser, but can Palace get a second to put this game to bed? Sharp. Swaby with an awkward backward pass to deal with. Just about manages to beat Rose to the ball. Here's Napier under pressure. Brown trying to nick it away high up the field, and Napier in the end does well to win the throw. Important moments in the season for both of these two sides. No rush in getting the ball back into play for Napier. Larkin, who's had a quiet game, unable to bring it under control. Rose gives chase, Everett there to clear. It actually deflected out off of Rose. Well, at the moment, Amy Everett is the match winner. Forest, of course, scored a stoppage time goal in the reverse fixture. Can they get one this afternoon to salvage a point? They got a late goal against Sunderland in midweek as well. Stapleton with the throw. Brougham launches it long, but it's too long. And it goes out of play. Brown. Lola Brown battling and doing ever so well. Great endeavour shown by Lola Brown. She'll be asked to give chase to the through ball, but too much on it. Palace won't mind that though. More seconds taken off the clock. Brougham. Stacky towards Rose. Head tennis. Eventually controlled by Everhead. Here's Rose. Now Mustaki. Cross cleared by Swaby. Rowe is there. Lola Brown in with the challenge. Up the line, here's Head. The cross was blocked by Swaby and it bounces back out off of Everhead and it's a Palace goal kick. Oh, they have defended well, Crystal Palace. The only real opportunity that was a glaring one for Nottingham Forest was that opportunity for Jessie Stapleton in the first half. As the cross was played into her. Took an excellent clearance off Jamie Lee Napier to preserve the clean sheet for Palace. Rose trying to nick it away from Sharp. Batty taking her time in passing it out. They've got a couple of minutes here, Forest, but the ball's at the wrong end of the pitch as far as they are concerned. There hasn't been the sort of urgency you might expect with them trailing by a goal to nil. Sharp. Goes out of play off of Sharp. It's a Forest throw. Played forward by Mustaki. Boyalorca unable to flick it on. It's a Forest throw, but Joe Potter apoplectic that was given the way of her opponents. Lola Brown volleys it forward. Stapleton has to get this right as Batty comes out to collect at the edge of the area. Brougham. They just can't get it into their opponent's half, Forest, at the minute. Finally they can, but Head is tackled by Swaby. Is there a final chance in this for Nottingham Forest? Rachel Rowe trying to create some space to put the cross in. She's got support with Boyalorca. Still Rachel Rowe. And she wins the corner. And there will be a final chance in this match for Nottingham Forest. It's taken short. Cross is blocked by Napier. It's going to be another corner. This time it's going to go into the box. This could well be the last action of the game. And Emily Batty's into the box, the goalkeeper. All about the delivery from Eberhead. And it's a real scramble under the crossbar. Kept out by Yanez. Boyalorka's there. Rose sees her shot blocked. And somehow Crystal Palace keep it out. Well, desperate defending and some excellent goalkeeping. Still the game not over. Head plays it forwards. Away by Mikato. And there is the full-time whistle. The referee brings it to an end and Crystal Palace come out on top after a hard-fought contest with Nottingham Forest. Amy Everett with her first goal since November 2023, stealing all 3 points for the Eagles, who were forced to defend desperately at times. And we saw a big example of that with the last act of the afternoon. Yanez and her defenders in front of her just doing enough to keep it out. It means that Palace keep themselves firmly in the promotion race. For Forest, it could be the end of any hopes, realistically, of them getting into the top 3. A disappointing afternoon for them. They played with plenty of endeavour, but ultimately couldn't find the moments in front of goal. Full time here at the VBS Community Stadium. It finishes Crystal Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 0. And this was that last action of the game. A real scramble. Yanez somehow managing to keep it out. Boyalorka and Rose involved, but look how many Crystal Palace players were there behind the ball, putting their bodies on the line, and Palace able to clear it away in what was a frantic end to the match. And even as it was put back in here, Hayley Ladd just clearing it away before the full-time whistle was blown. But Amy Everett, who led the team out with her mum on Mother's Day, scoring the winning goal. And there'll be big celebrations, I'm sure, with her and her family this evening. Well, let's see how the match played out in terms of statistics, and well, it was pretty even in the end. Crystal Palace came out of the blocks firing on all cylinders, got the goal inside 10 minutes, but after that Nottingham Forest played their way back into the game, and well, they may feel unlucky to not have got the equaliser, but you have to credit Crystal Palace with the way that they defended. And it is a massive win for them, because it just keeps them ahead of the chasing pack in that playoff place. And they remain in touch with the top 2 as well. We can take a look at the score lines from elsewhere. So, in the early kickoff today, Ipswich Town beating Durham by 2-1. The leaders, Charlton, continue to be a way out in front with another win, beating Sunderland by 1-0 here. Palace with 3 massive points, beating Nottingham Forest 1-0. 2-2 between Bristol City and Portsmouth. A game at the bottom of the table, only a point for Portsmouth, and well, they continue to struggle. And Birmingham City just scraping past Southampton by a 1-0, which means that they will maintain their position in front of Crystal Palace in second position in Barclays WSL 2. And we can confirm that because here's the table. So Birmingham on 32 points, and they do have a game in hand on some of the teams behind them. Bristol City dropping points this afternoon. So Palace pulling out a bit of a gap between themselves and the chasing pack. As you can see, Portsmouth, Ipswich, Sheffield United, Durham, all on 14 points at the bottom of the table, and Sunderland may still be looking over their shoulders as well. Nottingham Forest in mid-table. Their chances of promotion seem to have gone now, but they are well clear of relegation trouble. And before we leave you, we can take a recap of the highlights and see how this game was won by Crystal Palace, who started the game on the front foot. The blue touch paper lit straight away, and Blanchard forcing a good save from Emily Batty. That was the third of a number of good chances in the opening 5 or 6 minutes, and then from the resulting corner, Amy Everett getting the goal, showing desire to get to the ball first. It was a good header beyond Emily Batty, giving her absolutely no chance. And Palace getting the only goal of the game inside the opening 10 minutes. Nottingham Forest grew into the match and had their opportunities. This was an effort from Alana Murphy. Yanez behind it all the way. Bearden caused issues throughout the afternoon and did really well, having got the ball back, hit the frame of the goal with the effort. And this for Forest was the moment that they really should have got the equaliser. Excellent defending by Jamie Lee Napier on the line, but Stapleton will wonder how she's not put that in. Into the second half, and again, most of the good chances fell the way of Forest. That was Kiernan after she was picked out by Chloe Mustaki. Just couldn't get any real power onto the effort. Nice free kick. Was a decent effort from Bearden, but it would have been something special from that sort of range to beat Emily Batty. Boya Lorca forced a really good save from Yanez, who got fingertips on this to tip it wide. And then right at the very end, with almost the last action of the game, a real scramble. Yanez doing well on 2 occasions to keep it out. Everett and Hughes back there putting their bodies on the line, and Palace managing to get it clear in the end. But just wouldn't fall for Nottingham Forest. And then came the referee's whistle. So an eminently watchable game, but Crystal Palace picking up 3 valuable points. They beat Nottingham Forest by 1 goal to 0. Thanks for your company this afternoon. Happy Mother's Day.